Hello, and welcome to Chiquita is Bananas, and I am your host, Chiquita. Um, right now, I just want to welcome you all. Welcome. And I'm going to start with some deep breaths for myself, and you can please feel free to join me. I need to shake this off. Okay. Sometimes when I hit the red button, it's like, all right, now perform right now. I should probably put something on. Oh, I know what I could do. BRB. I'm taking all the stuff my little sister gave me. I love this. I love pink right now. Pink is calling to me, reminding me to be compassionate with myself. Ah, yes, that was perfect. I just needed something over my throne. A pink and white, very soft, fuzzy, calming blanket that I use for my yoga blanket. Yeah, I got a little nervous because this is actually, I don't know what I'm gonna decide. I wrote down here, this is my show called cHERch, spelled cHERch. cHERch. You get it? You get it. Anyway. And I was saying I was using everything my sister gave me. This mug that has the C on it for my name, Chiquita. And my Instagram, the one that I have right now, is Chiquita like Chiquita. And this amazing artist and fellow Floridian and even more a fellow Duval County amazing being is gave me that phrase to use because someone was saying, oh, your name's Chiquita like the banana. And she was like, no, it's Chiquita like Chiquita. And up until that point, like I never knew what to say to people when they did that with my name because I thought it would stop after I turned a certain age. But it didn't. And I was getting frustrated and taking it too personal too, but also just frustrated because it was, it's like also a little bit of lack of respect for who I am and for my name, and I personally was feeling that way, so I needed to figure out how to release that. And that phrase gave me the power and authority and reminded me like I have the authority to say that in response. So yeah, it just made me feel powerful and helped me to heal that relationship with my name and not being embarrassed by my name, but embracing it and the fullness and the beauty that it is. Yeah, wow, I didn't think I was gonna share that, but that was something that I just shared. Okay, I'm gonna flow with it. I'm flowing with Source right now. I just got back from a little quick grocery errand shopping at Walmart. And I had this intense experience. A gentleman came up to me And he was about to walk past me, but then he walked past me, he grabbed me as I was walking away, and I turned around and I said, "Please don't touch me," in that tone, in that volume. And shortly thereafter, he passed me in the store again and called me a bitch. I was already smiling at him to just, one, because I was already just smiling and I wasn't expecting to see him again, and he was just in my path of people to smile at, and that's fine. And he still called me a bitch, and I still continued to smile and enjoy the rest of my trip. And then I was waiting in line because the lines are long, you know. And he approached me again and let me know very loudly that he was not afraid to kill me, that I was a slew of derogatory, really offensive phrases, including a pussy ass hoe. And I was like, oh my gosh, I do have a pussy and I do consider myself a hoe, so he was right. But not in a negative way that he said it. I wasn't a pussy ass hoe. I serve pussy. I'm serving you pussy right now. Very pussy, you know. I actually even have on cat ears. I'm serving you pussy cat, like, and these nails. Come on, are we serious? Round, you know. So I'm serving you pussy, and by American standards and everyone else's standards, I am looking to be I look like I'm dressed like a hoe. But I just like spandex. And I love a corset. It gives you lots of support in your solar plexus, and that's good. So I'm here for that. I'm gonna continue to say it because I want to. I have had some extractions on this side because I'm getting my new smile. She's on her way. I'm really just so happy about it and so grateful for it. And it's gonna be beautiful. And my sister keeps telling me it's gonna be so beautiful. I just cannot wait. I'm so happy and excited for you. So she's actually making me excited and helping me to release all fear, doubt, worry, and anxiety around it. But because I have these extractions, I also have a lisp. So I am trying to do my best with my diction. So if I falter, that's one of the reasons why. But I do like to have clear diction because I want you to understand what I'm saying, you know. But I am Southern too, so, and I've been here for a year, almost a year and a half now. So that Southern twang drawl comes out. Anyway, but yeah, so that was one of the experiences that I had. And while he was saying all of this stuff to me very loudly and threatening to kill me and hurt me, and that I should be grateful that he even spoke to me, I was so still within myself, and literally I felt like God stepped forward. God was smiling on him. I didn't smile in that moment, but I said, "Sir, I just asked you not to touch me. That's all I asked of you." And then he said, "My cousin just died." And I felt pain and sadness for him. And it showed in my face, and I think it registered to him. So he was getting upset with himself and still upset with me, very much upset with me. But I could see him getting upset with himself for exerting all this energy to someone who was doing their best to send him compassion and love in that moment, even while being attacked. So, verbally attacked, and possibly physically attacked or killed even. And after he left, a gentleman in front of me turned around and said, "That was insane," or "that was mad," something along those lines. And almost unbelievable. He said it was unbelievable. And I said, God is all around me. God is all around me. And before that guy left, he was still threatening me. And there was a little moment of, afraid. And then God stepped in and said, "Speak, no weapon formed against me shall prosper." And so that's what I said, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And that's on what? Period. It's on period. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. It won't work. I've spoken it over my life. My mother has spoken it over me. My family members have spoken it over me. Period. I know you may not think that I am worthy. Being Black and femme and queer, and I also consider myself trans because I feel like we are all trans. We're all transitioning, hopefully, into better human beings than we were the day before, okay? In that transition. And yes, transitioning to transcending the paradigm, transcending gender norms and how men and women and human beings treat each other. We need so much love. Like, my hair is pink for me, but it's also pink for compassion. It reminds me of the rose quartz, compassion for self-love and compassion for myself, compassion for other people. We need more of that. We need to double up on love, okay? And I was listening to RuPaul, and they said that someone said years ago that we're all God in drag. And Michael Bernard Beckwith, in his sermon, The Mother Load, it was a sermon for Mother's Day last year, I believe, but I listened to it often because I was born on Mother's Day. And this year, my birthday was on Mother's Day. And so many healing realizations have transpired that I'm so grateful for. I think that's like one of my biggest gratitude moments of my life right now is I realized that my mother didn't have a mother. Her mother died when she was 3 years old, and they were separated. There were 10 of them, and and for so many years I was like, oh, she doesn't act like a mom. She didn't have one. That just registered to me. She didn't have one, sweetie. She did the best she could with the tools she had. Now, if you still want to beat her up for not having those tools, and even if she doesn't have them now, and she is doing the best she can with the tools she has. So love the mom that you have now. Okay? And she is better than what she was. She is. acknowledge it. You know, like so many of those things happen, and I'm like, thank you, God. Like, what if one of us had passed before that realization? Like, thank you for that gift that I can now really love my mom, really say unconditionally that I love her. And that unconditionally, I know she loves me now. Before I didn't get it. I said, no, she doesn't. Who told you that? And I said that based on her past actions. We ain't gonna get into some of your past actions, is we? Is we getting into some of, is we? The tea is still hot, babe. The tea is hot. You know it is. Baby. Does anybody else want an alarm that's just Lil Wayne saying baby in his New Orleans accent to wake you up every morning? Can somebody get that message to Lil Wayne? Lil Wayne, I need a voice recording. I don't know how much it would cost, good sir, but yeah, I'll wake up to that. I don't care. Oh, I gotta be to work at 5. Somebody, baby. Thank you. Yes, thank you, God. I receive it. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but hey, I feel like that's simple. Universe, you got that, right? Anyway, I bought some lavender. I went to the hair store afterwards, and I love the hair store. Anybody who knows me knows I love hair, I love wigs. These are the wigs and things that I made behind me. This is actually this beautiful, first I was like, oh, it's a goddess braid, but it is a goddess braid. And then Source was like, it's a Shakti braid. It's a goddess braid. So this is the first one that I ever made, and I love it because you can make it whatever you want, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Because it's one long braid, so you can wrap it however you like. I'm trying to avoid the straight pins that I have in here. And also, I have to say the nails make me more mindful. But yeah, okay, so here is this beautiful goddess braid up. Spirit's also telling me to look up Shakti again. So you can wrap it so many different ways. You can make it a ponytail. Like, I love that. I think that's gorgeous. And I just braided it with braiding hair. Oh, and that's what I was gonna show you. So I got some, like I said earlier, I love pink. So I got this pink braiding hair. And I'm gonna do the same thing with this. And then you can buy any color rhinestone. I think these are SS20 size rhinestones, and I just adhered them with Gem Tack glue. So yeah. Oh, and I'm drinking a lavender chamomile tea, which bringing me back. When I went to the hair store, it was right after that ordeal, that experience. And I said I wanted to keep my vibration high and lifted. And so I went there, and when I was checking out, the cashier was like, "Do you like essential oils?" And I was like, "Actually, yes." And I was just Googling rosewood earlier this week. And they gave me some, I think it was like black seed oil, and then a sample of that. And I was like, "Well, do you have lavender?" And they said yes. And I smelled it, and I was like, "Of course." So this is the lavender oil. The little drop is broken. I could have gotten it changed, but I didn't. Sometimes you just want to get out of a store, not for any reason, just because you don't want to be in the store anymore. And it's for anxiety, mood, respiratory, awesome, hair growth, eczema. And it's a good way to just like help yourself to slow down and stop, It's like, do you have time for 3 breaths? Yes. Thank you. So grateful for the breath, y'all. And this is a snood that I added some French to. And I just love it because it's so simple, but it can really jazz up your entire outfit. And not just because it has French on it, but that made me sound like the only Home Shopping Network woman, and not just because it has French on it, honey. But and the rhinestones, like short hair, long hair, when you don't feel like doing your hair, but you still want to look fabulous, like catching all the light. It's amazing. These are my patience projects. My little sister Jasmine, who gave me this mug for my birthday last year, told me all about, what did my little sister tell me about? That happens to me sometimes I just blank on what I was talking about. I can't remember now. I'm sure it'll come to me. It's okay. Goddess braids, Shakti braid, and I'm gonna make these in different colors. Let me know if you're interested. In having one. Oh, my little sister who got me this. She is pregnant right now, and her daughter's name is Patience. Yes. And I was like, oh my gosh, I call these things my patience projects because like rhinestoning is not my favorite thing, but I do need the practice of slowing down. And that is one of the things that will help me to slow down. And creating things with my hands helps me to slow down, center myself. And I also have some beautiful art when it's all done. But yeah. I want to share some mantras with you before I wrap this up. One that came to mind was love organizes my mind. Love organizes my mind. So I don't have to be afraid of ideas that I have about new creative endeavors, my life path. I don't have to be afraid about that, because what I'm thinking and feeling and what's calling to me in my heart and spirit is love, and it's from the divine. So love organizes my mind is a beautiful and it's a beautiful mantra to say. And I wanted to share that. And you can be two things at once, just like the gentleman who was imbalanced and his anger was coming outward and he was really hurting, and lashed out at me. He can still be consciousness even though he was acting in an unconscious manner, you know? So you can be two things at once. It's okay. Know that you are love. He's forgotten that he is love. And so he needs to control and dominate when he feels not seen as the divine that he is. I saw you as the divine, but I see myself as the divine as well. I see the divine in me. I namaste to me and namaste to you. Okay? But namaste true to who I am. Namaste true to me. Okay? So when I was grabbed inappropriately and unwantedly and unprompted, my divinity said, please don't touch me. So remember that you are love. Remember that everyone else is love too, even if they forget it. Sometimes you got to remember for both of y'all. Oh, so I shared with you my ways. And then I'm also, because I definitely don't want to neglect my hair under as I pull out bleach. I'm probably gonna go hot pink again because I'm letting my hair grow out. So I bought some of that. I have some aventurine crystal here, and it's good for heart healing and heart chakra. So wow, the fact that it's just here on the table as I start. I did my nails. I got these nails from Amazon. I can tell you where later because the box is over there on the other side of the room. I bought some 3D lashes. They were super, super cheap. And they're really cute. They're giving me drama, okay? But not too big. And then this cotton candy spray, I went out without it and I love it. I used to wear it in the strip club. Because whenever you wore it, you just like, people were like, candy, who has candy? And then I wrote, expect love on one of these bottles back in 2020. And I was like, oh yeah, I expected love. I expected to be like swarmed with attention when I wore that cotton candy spray, because that's how I felt the first time I smelled it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I like followed this dancer. It sounds so creepy. I was like, what do you have on? That smells so good. She's like, it's cotton candy spray. And then from then on out, that was my jam. So if you want to try it, it really does. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard and they're like, it's better than yours. Damn right, it's better than yours. I could teach you, but I have to charge. But this is free information. I'm foolish. All right, I think that's it for me. I love you all. I love you, I love you, I love you. Thank you for the medium of video and the YouTubes, and this is either called cHERch. I think it's cHERch. It's cHERch. This is cHERch, okay? And I have been your virtual, am I a minister? You have to go through or you got to get ordained, right? Yeah, I got to get ordained. But I'm going to be a virtual minister. Like, why the heck not? My heart is pure, baby. My heart is pure. The past ain't, but the heart is pure as hell. That is not the word that you need to say after pure. You don't need to follow it up with pure as hell, girl. Bless. Anyway, bye. Drag Race reference.